All right, family, we are up in this joint and it is time to get this party started. We are super excited about all that is about to transpire. And we want to ask you in advance, just make a step of faith, a leap of faith, in fact, and go ahead and start sharing. I have an all-star panel coming this way, and we have some things to get to before we get to them. So we want y'all to bear with us, make yourself comfortable, get in the right place, in the right position. That's not taking a nap, but that's getting ready to launch out into the deep. That is certainly going to be our conversation and our subject on tonight. We're thankful and grateful for all of those who were with me earlier in the day. And I'm talking to some relaunchers out there. And let me just put it out there now. Are you ready for the relaunch? If you're ready for the relaunch, come on, talk back to me in those comments. I don't know if you're on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you may be on the other side of the planet. Put hashtag relaunch. We got Mr. Will Herbert in the house. Good to see you, man of God. Thanks for connecting. Minister Kelly, my sister, grateful to God for you, darling. We are moving this thing forward. We're going into a place that may be very uncomfortable and in some ways downright scary. But we know that there's a word with our name on it, and we are going, scared or not. Somebody put that in the comments. Hashtag scared or not. Hashtag nervous or not. Hashtag shaking in your boots or not. It don't matter. We going out into some deep water, y'all. There you go. I got my main man, chess master himself, Niles. Much love, man. We going deeper, man. Michelle Hansen, God bless you, woman of God from Minneapolis. Thank you for chiming in. We're ready, y'all, for the relaunch. Got some information that we're going to be sharing with you. Before we do that, the relaunch, y'all, it is in full effect, and we're going to be talking about all this evening what it is and why the time is now. You need to know. You need to know what the relaunch is all about, and you need to know that it's not tomorrow. It's right now. In fact, you can't go back into yesterday. That's gone. All we really have is right now, and we are relaunching this thing. And I want to start out. We got some bonuses in behalf of Team Joshua Generation that while you're getting on even now, if you are connected and you are a part of Team Joshua Generation, we have some special bonuses with your name on it. In fact, we're going to be giving the first one out on the 30th of this month. Looking at the calendar, that's just 2 days away, y'all. That's Saturday, y'all. At 7 p.m. Central, we're going to have a drawing. Somebody's going to get a 6-day, 5-night Cancun stay. Now, everybody who participates, you still won't be a loser. Everybody wins because everyone who participates connected to Team Joshua Generation is going to get a 4-day, 3-night stay. Mama used to say it this way: I could show you better than I can tell you. It never worked out real good for me, but it's going to work out real good for you right now. So stay right there, my friend, as I share with you. We'll start first with what you're going to get, what you're going to receive, provided that you participate. And we just got a few days, 2 days, in fact, in front of us before the first giveaways will take place. So I want to go ahead and share with you this particular video. Everyone who participates, 4 days, 3 nights, one of these destinations, take a look real quick. All right, family, you might be asking some questions. What are you guys talking about? What we're talking about is we have something we want to give you of significant value, valued approximately $500 to $750 or so. And we want to put that in your possession because we value you. We want your feedback. We want your opinion. So if you text START right to the number you see on your screen, 888-532-2699, here's what's going to happen. You're going to get a response back, and on that response, you'll see a page with a video on it. Watch that very brief video, connect it, go down. There's a survey. Answer the 15 questions true to your heart. There are no right answers. They're only your answers. They're right when they're your answers. And then get on the calendar to receive your 4-day, 3-night stay in one of those amazing destinations. I've been to the one in Orlando. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Been to the one in Vegas. Been to the one in Myrtle Beach. I don't know if you like those destinations. I loved them and thoroughly enjoyed them. And I believe that you will too. Our team does the same. But here's what we're really excited about on top of that. On the 30th of this month, 7 o'clock, Saturday, that is, 7 Central, someone is also going to win not only a $300 airline gift card, someone's going to win a $50 restaurant gift card, and someone, my friend, is going to get this. I'm excited about it already. Check it out.
Cancun Riviera Maya. Wow! It's one of the hottest locations in Mexico. 5 nights at the 5-star Fives Resort. You're gonna love this beachfront paradise. Deluxe luxury accommodations, 7 outdoor pools, a world-class spa, and 15 incredible restaurants and bars. Plus, experience amazing activities from snorkeling and scuba diving to touring ancient Mayan ruins. This is a $1,294 value at one of Mexico's best resorts. Here's what others have said about their Fives Resort experience.
Our experience has been flawless from beginning to end, from booking to getting here to transportation to everything. It's absolutely wonderful.
Here at the Fives in Cancun, loving it.
This has been an incredible resort. It's absolutely immaculate. It's right on the beach. The service is incredible, and we have absolutely landed upon a 5-star hotel. We've had an extraordinary experience, and we can't wait to come back.
Beautiful beaches, outstanding service, great food. We've had a wonderful honeymoon vacation. Highly recommend it. It's just beautiful here.
Do not miss this. Book your 5 nights in Cancun Riviera Maya now.
I hope y'all see why we're so super excited. Let me recognize a few wonderful people here. We got Minister Kelly. She's all the way in West Virginia, y'all. She says she's kind of ready. Let's pray. But we're going to pray. We're going to pray about the praying part, too. All right, we got Carol Caspar in the house. She says, good evening. Again, hello, Miss Michelle. We're grateful and thankful for you. Now says relaunch. I love it. I love it. Coach Tanya says scared or not, nervous or not. That's a lot of hashtags. You're right. You're right. We're going out into the deep. I told you, you will not be comfortable after tonight. Tonight is your last night being comfortable, and you will be glad about it. We got Kevin Watkins is in the house. Listen, if I haven't asked you to share already, you should already be sharing. I shouldn't have to say that. Put this on your wall. Put it in your group. Reach out to some people. Ariel, we see you, baby. We are super jacked out of our minds about what is about to happen. But let me tell you where it all begins. If you don't know already, you're about to know that it all starts with a word for the relaunches. And if you don't mind, sir, if you don't mind, ma'am, take out your pen, take out your paper. Let me just drop to you what was dropped in my spirit earlier today as I began to reflect on this word for the relaunches. I know we got some relaunches out there. I'm super excited about it, but you need to work. You just can't just step out there. Come on. When you're going into deep water, you just can't jump out there. You need a word for your going. And I believe that in Luke, the 5th chapter, the first 7 verses, there's sufficient substance to help us with our relaunch. Let me just talk to you real quick. Write these down. In the first verse, we find these words. So it was as the multitude pressed about him to hear the word of God, that he stood by the lake of Gennesaret. Now, I want you to understand as we're moving into this text, I'm not going to be long, so I need y'all to move with me. And we're getting off the shore. We're getting out the sand, and we're going to start heading towards the water. Verse number 2, and they saw 2 boats standing by the lake. Could I tell you, many of us, most of us perhaps, we're just like those 2 boats. We're just standing by the lake. We ain't been doing much of this or much of that. Just been there for a long time. Anybody can talk back to me? Anybody can be honest tonight? Some of us have just been standing wherever we've been for a very long time. And it's time to move, my friend. It's time to go out into the deep. Standing by the lake, but the fishermen had gone from them and were washing their nets. Why are they washing their nets? They're washing their nets because in their minds, the day is through. In their minds, it's over. In their minds, it's a wrap. We'll just come back tomorrow. Have you ever felt like that? Look, it ain't nothing else I could do. We just gonna come back tomorrow. And some of us, we don't even come back tomorrow. We just quit. I need to talk to somebody who's already quit. We're going further than you thought we would. Look at verse 3. I'm moving quickly. Then he got into one of the boats, which was Simon's, and asked him to put out a little from the land. And he sat down, here it is, and taught the multitudes from the boat. Now, if you were a part of that multitude and you're a part of that multitude, you wouldn't even be listening to this right now. That's not even the audience for this relaunch message, because in fact, the ones who relaunched, they're not in the multitude. Come on, I need to talk to somebody who understands that you've been fearfully and wonderfully made. I need to talk to somebody that you know that greater is he that's in you, that's he that's in the world. I need to talk to somebody, listen, that God has called you to be the head and not the tail. You are not a part of the multitude. You are in a different batch. You are in a different group. See, the multitude, they missed the most important message. And you don't want to miss this most important message that God is about to drop in your spirit. Look at verse number 4. When he had stopped speaking, you know, when the Lord stopped speaking, he stopped speaking to one, but he's always speaking. And the question is, who's he speaking to? And the question becomes, who's doing the listening? He's always speaking. The question is, who's doing the listening? He stopped speaking to the multitude, but watch this. He had a specific audience in mind, and there are some Simons. There are some, and I don't know who you are, but you should know who you are. There are some that you just know that God has been in conversation with you. You've been wrestling. You've been very uncomfortable. You just can't, wake up on the right time. I mean, he's just been messing up your sleep, your rhythm, and everything else. You know that there's something about where you are right now, very precarious in nature. You're in a very unique place. That's where Simon was. He said to Simon, here it is, launch out into the deep and let down your net. Sasha, I see you there, darling, for a catch. I love this. I got to move quickly, though. Can't stay here too long. 2 things you got to remember. He told Simon this. He's telling us, launch out was the first thing, and then let down. Can I say that again? Launch out, number 1, and then let down. Some of us, beloved, we've launched out, but we still have not let down. We've not let down our net. We've not let down our faith. I mean, we've been very conservative. We've still been on the shore. Listen, he said, launch out into the deep, but then he says, let down. Come on, put it in the comments. We must do both. This is a season where it's not one or the other. This is a season for doing both. Launching out, but then you got to let down. You got to make sure. Watch this. When we let down, that's taking an extra measure of risk. Nobody would let down their net if they didn't think they were going to catch anything. If we don't have expectation, if we don't have hope, if we don't have faith, why would we ever let down our nets? It's time, beloved, to launch out and to let down. It's time in this season, Minister Kelly, to do both. Number 5, but Simon answered and said to him, moving quickly, Master, we have toiled all night and we've caught nothing. Oh, God. Can you imagine how many of us have been in this position? You know, we've done that before. Been there, done that, T-shirt, hat. Well, I started a business, or I went to school, or I had a relationship and I trusted somebody. We've done this, we've done that over and over again. And we've done it, but we've still come up empty. We've done it, but we've still come up short. We've done it, but we still don't have the desire of our hearts. We've done it. We've toiled all night. If I could get into the script, all my life I've had to fight. We've toiled all night and we've caught nothing. But I love this. You need a nevertheless. That's what we need tonight as we launch out into the deep. Nevertheless, this is what Peter said, at your word. Are there any Peters tonight in the comments on YouTube, on Facebook, in LinkedIn, on replay? Let me know if you're one of those nevertheless type of soldiers, one of those nevertheless type of children of God, types of ambassadors. We need to rise up, y'all, with a nevertheless, Lord, at your word. Here it is, Renee. I see you there, one woman of God. I will let down my net. I got to move quickly because we got some things we gonna cover, y'all. Number 6, verse 6. And when they had done this, listen, they caught a great number of fish and their net was breaking. Could I tell you that when we really step out on faith, and I'm not talking about all that fakery that we confuse with faith, because just because folk are shouting and shaking and speaking and whatever and running around the church and hanging on chandeliers. Listen, God is not impressed. Sometimes we just got too much entertainment going on. We got to make sure, watch this. We better make sure that we're not so heavenly minded. We become no earthly good. We better make sure that we understand that faith without works is dead. And when we're really operating in faith, we'll catch so many fish that we won't even be able to hold the fish we get on our own. The text shows me that their net was breaking because they had caught such a significant number of fish. Here it is. So they signal, last verse, y'all. So they signal to their partners in the other boats. I need somebody to put that in the comments. Hashtag, thank God for my partners. And maybe, beloved, you're in the category where you don't feel that you have enough partners yet. But could I tell you, they're coming. Keep your eyes open. Keep your heart open. Keep your ear to the ground. Because I'm telling you, the partners that you desire are coming. In fact, they're probably already there. They've been waiting for you to launch out into the deep. Iron sharpens iron, and the partners you need are right around the corner, right over the bend, on the next side of that wave as you launch out into the deep. So they signaled to their partners in the other boat to come and help them, and they came and filled both boats so that they began to sink. Now we got to stop right there because we got some word tonight that's going to come. Ibadan, it's good to see you, man of God. We got some men and women of God that are going to come, and they're going to show us about this launch. But let me tell you what I'm most excited about this launch. Not only is it undergirded with a spiritual foundation, but it's very practical in nature, y'all. We got some sure enough ambassadors that are going to drop some nuggets and some pearls. You better not go anywhere. You better make sure you don't move. Don't miss this. Here's what the relaunch is all about. Number one, let's look at this. We got some folk that are going to show us to learn to live like. Somebody put that in the comments. They're going to show us how to learn to live like. You like learn to live like what? See, some of us have been living so far beneath our privilege. Some of us have been living so far beneath our calling. Somebody have been living too far beneath our anointing and our assignment. But we got some individuals, 2 of them, in fact, that I'm so glad that I've partnered with them. I'm so glad that I'm led by them. I'm so glad that I'm coached by them. We're going to learn to live like what? What is the launch? The L is for learn to live like. The A, God Almighty, is for ambassadors. Do we have any ambassadors in the house? Come on, talk back to me. Don't be ashamed. When you are an ambassador, you are not ashamed of who you are. It is a high calling. You've been deputized. You've been authorized. You've been put in a position to represent someone in their authority. You are an ambassador if you're in the Lord. And we're going to show you tonight with some great blessings and some great substance that these ambassadors are going to speak. They're going to show us to learn to live like. They're going to show us how to do it. Ambassadors, but how? Using. Come on. There's action involved, y'all. Oh, God. We got to use something. If you don't, there's a, I think it's called atrophy. If you don't use it, the principle of nature is you lose it. Find a muscle that you're not using and it's probably shrinking, withering down, or whatever. Amen. We either use it or we lose it. And the ones that you're about to hear from, they're going to show us to learn, launch, to live like ambassadors using what? The N is necessary. See, one of the things I'm so excited, Coach Daryl Roberts, Coach Deborah Taylor, they're going to show us what's necessary. They're going to show us the essentials. They're going to reduce our learning curve. How? Because they've already done it. They've been there to the place where we're trying to get to, and they will show us the things that are necessary. Launch, y'all. We're going. Somebody put that in the comments real quick. Hashtag I'm launching. Hashtag I'm launching. Come on, put it in the comments. Hashtag I'm launching. Don't you be scared, or you're going to have to shut this thing off. You can't even be in this feed if you're scared. Launch. We're going to learn to live like ambassadors using necessary commitments. Lord, I hear them talking about commitments. Lord, I hear them talking about not just, an interest, but being committed. And then finally, we're going to learn to live like ambassadors using necessary commitments, but finally habits. We got some individuals with some habits. I'm telling you, not all habits are bad habits, y'all. We need to get us some habits. Just make sure that we got the right ones. And I'm grateful and I'm so thankful that on tonight, we have some guest ambassadors in the house. And I'm talking about the first one, like our 7-figure earner, 1-star ambassador coach, Daryl Roberts. Let me just throw this at you before I introduce the other ambassador that's going to be on the screen. I've been looking at Coach Daryl and his beautiful wife, Maria. Oh, God, I think about 20 years ago when I first became acquainted. And I saw them doing some things. And I was, what was I can't even remember how old I was. Just go back 20 years, 30-something. And I looked and saw how they were rolling and how they were operating then, y'all. 20 years ago, they was already operating like a. So can you imagine what they're doing right now? I'm about to show you. In fact, they're going to show you. He's going to show you. We are blessed tonight with 7-figure earner, 1-star ambassador coach Daryl Roberts, and dually equal. We are blessed to have my personal coach and mentor, my big sis in the Lord and business, 6-figure income earner, ambassador coach Deborah Taylor. When I tell you, a woman of God anointed for such a time as this, a fierce, relentless warrior. And we can go on and on and on about her bio and all of that. But once again, we're going to show you better than we can tell you. So the first thing I want to do, I want to remind you that we got some Team Joshua Generation relaunch bonuses. If you haven't done it already, text START RIGHT, no spaces in between those words, to 888-532-26999. You'll be in the mix so that you can receive a 4-day, 3-night stay at one of the 30 destinations on the 30th of April. We're going to give all of those away. And then you'll also be in the mix for the 5-day, 6-day, 5-night stay in Cancun, along with a $50 restaurant gift card and a $300 airline gift card as well. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me call to the screen our 7-figure income earner, 1-star. He's right there, y'all. He's probably going to skip right past 2. I know him. Skip right past 2 and go straight to 3 and 4. 1-star ambassador coach Daryl Roberts is in the house.
Hey, man, I'm just pumped up and excited to be here. You are just, man, when I first got on here and you were showing those commercials at the beginning, I thought this was Welcome to NBC News with Pastor Mel Keys and Money Man Daryl Roberts coming to you live tonight. You have that type of feel. Just excited, man.
Bless you, man of God. Listen, I know that you could be doing business in Timbuktu and Tahiti and France and all around the world. You have teams, global, international teams in 60 plus nations. So proud of you. Thank you for your leadership. But man, I'm honored that you would take the time tonight to share for the benefit of our listening audience, both live and on replay, some very serious nuggets that we all should consider and consider very well as we talk about this conversation of relaunching. First, for the benefit, Coach, will you just talk about how long you've worked for yourself? Give us a basic intro and how long you've worked for yourself.
Well, it's been about 34 years now, 34 years ago. Out of college, I was working for a $1 billion pharmaceutical company. And 6 months into that, I just knew I did not want to do that, Pastor, anymore. And I knew something had to change in me. And I wasn't going to sit around and, be one of those people 20, 30 years down the road making, thinking I made a mistake, etc. So I went out by faith. Faith, you said it, faith without works are dead. I wanted something bigger. I wanted something better. I wanted to be home every day. So I stepped out by faith. And because of that and the hard work, we've been rewarded. But 34 years I've been home, literally working from my house or any place that I'm at.
You're working from any place you are. I love that. Now you're working, but you have had your wife and yourself. You've had such flexibility, and you had such freedom along that path. Coach, talk about some of the accomplishments that you and your wife have experienced thus far. I mean, when 20 years ago, I think it was somewhere in that neighborhood when I got acquainted with you and saw you with $80 a month checks. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't just the money, it was just how you conducted and carried yourself. So forth. Talk about some of your accomplishments along those 34 plus years.
Well, you said $80 a month. You meant 80,000.
Thank you for the correction.
Yeah, okay, all right. I had to jump back a second when I heard that. But
I was testing you.
But we've been truly blessed. There's no question about it. And I believe the more you work, the more blessings you get, and the more time and effort you put into something. But it's just been amazing. My accomplishments of my beautiful wife, Maria, my 7 children that we have, being able to be home and with them through everything that they actually go through, and to be there for them at all the events, the baseball games, the recitals, and now it's gone to the next generation, the grandkids, et cetera. So that's the biggest thing, is just having the freedom to do what you want when you want, and not have to think about it. And that to me is the best thing, and the reason why we work so hard today. And when I say work so hard today, I mean, I was working out today. I was on the phone doing 3-way calls. I woke up at 6:30 yesterday morning, and I just felt like waking up. Normally that is not the case at that time. And I was on the phone with the UK people and talking with them and helping, doing some strategizing with some new people that just came on that are going to be unbelievable leaders in our company. So it's just the lifestyle, being able to, I'll give you an example. This past Tuesday, a couple of days ago, Aaron called us at 10 o'clock in the morning. Aaron's in Berkeley, plays for Cal Berkeley. And we weren't going to that game because he wasn't supposed to start or any of that stuff. Matter of fact, he wasn't even supposed to play. So he calls us 10:30 in the morning and said, "Hey, I just found out they're going to start me tonight." So Maria looked at me and she said, "Do you want to go?" And I looked at her, "You want to go?" And, within an hour and a half, we were at the airport going to the game. That's the freedom that I love, and you can have if you can build and develop a team and put in the necessary work.
I love it. I love it. Now, here's something for the benefit of our audience that may be listening. Your college degree, your professional, great skills as an athlete, and all of that come from a great, strong family and background. So it's not like you didn't have other options. You just realized early in that this was the best option with all things being considered. Can you talk on that a little bit more?
Well, again, I don't like being under the thumb of somebody. And I've seen my dad work his whole life and go through that process. And I just couldn't see myself doing that. And that's the reason why I wanted to find something that could give me some flexibility. I knew nothing about this industry, had no clue about direct sales, about networking, and how this would be, my future, my fortune. I had no idea that it was there. But once I saw it, and I saw the vision to be my own boss, to make my own time, to do what I want when I needed to do it. And don't get me wrong, guys, we do spend work. We do put in time and effort. This didn't happen by accident. It didn't happen overnight. We put in the work. We relaunched our business many, many times to get it to the point where we are today. But back to the question is, we could have done a lot of different things, but I just couldn't see myself driving to work 2 hours back and forth every day, and then retiring on a quarter of what most people couldn't live on, when they're working on a full-time basis. So I knew there had to be something else out there. I believe there was something bigger and better for me. And like I say, I stepped out by faith, and it's paid off. And that we've had ups and downs, there's no question about it, but I would never change, the last 34 years of my life, being home every day with Maria, being home every day with the kids, doing the things that we want to do, working from where we want to work. I'll give an example. It's almost the end of April here. So from January to now, we've literally been away from home 90 days. We've been out in hotels and resorts, baseball wise, and just, Hawaii and other places as well. So 90 days of this year, we've not been here.
Coach, I looked at the calendar. Today is, I think, the 121st day of the year.
Yeah.
You, you love to go bye-bye.
I'm surprised we're home today. We were supposed to go to Oregon because they're playing Oregon, but I have to go help my daughter tomorrow do some things. So we decided we'll just watch the game on TV. Otherwise, we'd be in Oregon right this second.
Good God Almighty. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Tell me this. You've been around the block and back. You've seen so many. I mean, the industry is huge. You put the NFL, the baseball, and put it all together with movies and everything else. Our industry is bigger than all that combined. So you've seen a lot of stuff out there. You've seen a lot of ventures out there within the industry. What makes two things? What makes travel so special? And then inside of the travel industry, what makes Travorium so unique? Can you speak on that, Coach?
Well, absolutely. Well, everybody likes to travel. If anybody tells you they don't want to travel, then I don't think they're being honest. But let's just say out of every 100 people, 97 people would rather be going somewhere, doing something other than being wherever it is that they actually live. And that's just a fact. And when you take a look at wanting to travel and go to these amazing places and stay at them for, pennies on the dollar, that's something very unique and special in this industry. Being in other companies back in the day, one of the biggest things that they did to inspire and encourage us is to, hey, if you do this, you reach this rank, we're going to send you to Hawaii and that was the big thing. Once a year, you got a trip to, some exotic place or some beautiful place. That's our life. That's our company's business here. The worst thing that will happen to you with our company is, as a platinum, you're going to take 2 to 3 incredible vacations every year. And that's not including, the discount and savings platform where you might go do other stuff when you want to do it. So this is the best industry out there. It's something I don't have to carry bottles and pills and talk about, doing this and doing that. I don't have Hawaii in my backyard. I don't open the garage and you got Jamaica there. It's something that's special, that it's easy to talk about. And that's one of the reasons why we love it.
I love that answer. Coach, with 30 plus years in the industry, at this juncture, I've seen you and Coach Maria with a level of excitement that's kind of just, you always keep it up high. You're always inspiring. But man, it just seems to be at a new level recently. And you've even said about relaunching your business. With all the success that you've already had, you're relaunching. So at this juncture in your career, why is now such a perfect time for anybody to either launch or relaunch?
Well, if you just look at the world today that we live in and what's happened over the last couple of years, I mean, people have been stuck in their home. They've been afraid to go out and do things. So it's almost like the perfect storm coming out that now people are traveling, masks are off, and, in airplanes now, all the hotels are full. The airports are just jam-packed full of people. So from a timing standpoint, people have been tied into their home. They've been locked into their living room or rooms, et cetera, and they haven't been able to get out. People want to explore. Also, number 2, people have lost income. They haven't been able to do some of the things that they've wanted to do. Some of them has been furloughed. Some of their jobs have been totally just taken away. So people are looking more today than ever before of creating an additional profit center, wanting to make more money. What companies and businesses are paying individuals, it's not enough to survive. It's not even a living wage in most cases. And you got moms and dads having to work 2 and 3 different jobs. And I feel for those individuals. And that's the reason why we talk about this company. So the perfect storm is here for people that are looking for you and looking for an opportunity that they can easily do with some effort and a system put in place. And that's one of the reasons why the timing is great, why Marie and I are so pumped up and excited about the timing we're at with this company. We're just getting started, and we're a 10-year-old company.
Man, I love it. I love it. I love it. 2 more questions for you, Coach. I so appreciate your time, and I can see all the comments in the feed here, and we'll get back to those in a moment. But just answer this for us. When you hear the statement, this thing is bigger than travel, It's a travel company, but we say it's bigger than travel. Yeah. Why does that resonate with you so much?
Well, I think for a few reasons. Number one, a lot of people, because of the income gap and the wage situation in the world today, especially here in America, a lot of people don't travel. When I grew up as a kid, you were lucky once every 5 or 6 years to go on a real vacation, not the one that you stayed at your grandma's house or your Uncle Ray's, et cetera. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And now to be able to show anybody, I don't care where you are on the socioeconomic scale, is that now you can go and be able to show those individuals that, may not have thought about staying in a 4 or 5 star hotel. They can actually do that. So for me, that's one of the greatest things that's out there, being able to show people, average, regular folk, how they can travel and do the things that they probably didn't think they can do. So that's one. The reciprocal of that is being able to show people that maybe has some despair in their life, that they can't do anything, that they're downtrodden, that this is the life that they have and the card that they were dealt, that this is just going to be it. But when you see the sparkle in their eye, the twinkle in their eye, when they see that they can build and develop a business, and they've got leaders like you and the other leader that you're going to hear from tonight, Ambassador Taylor, and people like myself that are going to encourage and inspire you and show you how you can go from zero to a hero by just following a simple path and being consistent with that path, making a decision first, then being consistent with that decision, and then absolutely putting some discipline behind it. Those 3 things will allow you to do anything you want in life. So those are the things that the timing that I really love about this company, and being able to work with people and share with them an opportunity to go from despair to go to the whole new level in life. And that's exciting for me and Maria.
Absolutely. Coach, it just came to my spirit. I told you I was going to ask you one more, but I need to get a bonus. Can I get a bonus?
You got it.
Thank you, man. You have been dropping these nuggets, and one of them, I think I must have repeated it at least 3 dozen times in the past 30 days. I've even inserted it inside of one of my messages while they were getting some sleep on the sermon and whatnot. And you've said something along the lines of, what we don't change,
we choose. And that is, that's a biggie, because when you think about that, what you don't change, you choose. So if there's things in your life, and I know there's people watching right now that every day there's something that is affecting you, that is bothering you, that is causing a headache, or that is giving you a feeling every time you think about whatever it is. It can be from here, it can be to there. Mm-hmm. It's causing you to have challenges, heart even palpitations. Mm. But if you don't make the change, then you are choosing that. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to choose it. Everything that you want in life, whether you want to get in better shape, whether you want to lift, or whether you want to go from eating hamburgers and bad food all the time to now changing it. And then you look at people that have been big for their entire life, and then you see them 2 years later and they look great. Their face is slimmed down, their body slimmed down. That was in that person the whole time, but they didn't decide to make a decision to make that change. So I say it every day to people: what you don't change, you choose. And people kind of think about it. And I think I tell them enough times to write it down, and that I think over time they read that and realize it's up to me. I can make the change. I'm choosing this bad behavior or this bad habit that's creating whatever havoc in my life it's creating. And now I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to make the changes. And with plugging in with a coach like we're here tonight, plugging in Pastor Mel Keys and Ambassador Taylor, myself, and other leaders in our company, we will help you change if it's part of the business that you want to do. If there's other areas in your life, there's still information out there that you can make a decision and make the change. Don't choose it. Choose to be a winner. Choose to be successful. Choose to be healthy. Choose to travel the world. Choose great things in your life. And when you choose those things, I'm telling you, miracles do happen. I expect them every day.
Man, you preaching so good, I might need you to come through on Sunday, man.
I'm gonna surprise you one Sunday.
I'm looking forward to it. In fact, we're gonna set something up most definitely. Most definitely. I got this last question for you. I want y'all to put this in the comments. He put his quote in the comments, make it go viral, share this with about 111 more people, and then make sure you understand this. Put this in the comments right now. Hashtag I choose greatness.
Yeah.
Hashtag I choose greatness. Hashtag I choose the ambassador lifestyle. And speaking of the ambassador lifestyle, Coach D, I want you to kind of this last one. You're living it so well.
Yeah.
Both yourself and your wife. Not only are you ambassadors, 1-star ambassadors, about to skip 2 and 3, go to 4 and all that, but you have a team of ambassadors. We're about to hear from one of the persons on your team as an ambassador. Talk to us about the perks, the profits, the special benefits of becoming an ambassador, and why it's worth going the distance. Now, there are people, as obviously on your team, that have done it in months, and there are people who have done it in years. But I've been saying this is just me. If it takes you a decade to get there, I mean, I come from a military background, and I know people retire out in 20, and they've been all around the world and back, and they've put their life in harm's way, and their family has, been without, so forth and so on. And when they retire, many of them don't live the lifestyle of an ambassador after 20 plus years of service. Right. So if it took a decade to do it, to me, I'm not saying it has to take that long, it would still be worth it. Talk to us, sir, about the perks, the benefits, and the worthiness of doing whatever it takes to start the path today, right now, and do whatever is necessary along that journey, along that trajectory to become an ambassador and receive that lifestyle.
It is truly unbelievable. And I'll start out by saying this, guys, over the 33 plus years being in this industry, to get the ambassador lifestyle, we've had to have teams of 15 and 20,000 people. When we first met Pastor Mel, and he knew about Maria and I, we had teams probably of 20 plus thousand people on our team. And we still were earning obviously some pretty serious income, but it pales in comparison to the number of people that are needed to get to the ambassador lifestyle. So I cannot impart upon you enough to understand what it takes today to get there compared to what we all used to do back in the day. And even other companies, you still have to do this much comparative to the numbers that we have this year. So the perks are just truly a blessing. There's no question about it. Todd and I, and Todd told the story once before when we had the ambassador or the Louis Vuitton experience, and Maria and Gina got to go to Louis Vuitton, and Dave and Adela handed them this credit card, and it was a lot of money on that credit card, and they had the private shoppers, and they were just, Maria was like a kid on Christmas Day, Gina as well, and they're in the store looking around and looking at different colors, bags and scarves and all kinds of different things. And Todd and I were just so excited watching them. And the biggest thing for us is that we didn't have to pull out our credit card. It was David Hart in the company. So that perk was just unbelievable. And the memories we have of that and the pictures are just phenomenal. So anybody that has that experience, and I know Ambassador Taylor is getting ready to have that experience as well. It is a day that is going to change your life. You're going to remember that. Being able to travel and go on these amazing trips every year. Again, being top distributors in many companies in the past, you normally get a trip, and it's a great trip, and they take you and they spoil you and do some amazing things. But with what Dave and Adele is doing with this company, every single year, the ambassador gets to go on an amazing trip where they'll pick up the airfare, they'll pick up the suite, they'll pick up a lot of the activities and dinners, etc. And that's every single year. And that's just a game changer out there. So those perks are amazing. And then, even if we didn't have this, I still work with different organizations. People call and do 3-ways, et cetera. And I've done that ever since I've started 30 years ago in the industry. But Dave even tied us even more together, because now the company takes 3% of the company's profits and they give to the ambassador. So those perks internally that the company gives us are just, they're second to none. And to build a team this little and to get those type of perks is equivalent to, building a team of 15 or 20,000 people out there. So that is just truly a blessing for us. Is it worth it? Even if it took you, 5 years or 10 years? Absolutely. If you look at what it takes to go to school and become a doctor or become an attorney, before you actually get to that level, you're going to be in 7, 8, 9 years of school, and you're going to have $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 of damage that you have to pay back before you even start making money. As opposed to, I tell people this, and I haven't said this in a while, and it just hit me. If you treat it, our business, Travorium, like you were getting ready to go on a 4-year school, in school, the tuition, I don't know, $20,000, $30,000 a year. Aaron's tuition at Cal Berkeley out of state is $70,000, $69,000. So I'm just say $30,000 for maybe state schools, maybe a little bit less. But all the money that you spend, you're going to be at the classes, even when you don't feel like it. It's raining outside, it's snowing outside. You're going to be studying when you got the sniffles and you don't feel like it. You still going to study. The people that call you up and say, well, hey, let's go bowling tonight, or let's go to the movie tonight. No, I got a test tomorrow. I can't do that. I got to get this degree. I got to just do this. And you're going to zoom in and focus on your degree, whether it's a master's, doctorate, whatever the case may be. If you would apply that same spirit, that same energy into learning what we do. And we tell you there's positive, there's negative. People are going to say yes, people are going to say no. Some going to get in, some going to get out. We tell you all that, just like the same challenges you have going to school. There's issues and challenges, but you fight through because that's what you were born and told to do. If you can change that mindset, if you can have a paradigm and realize that if you put that time into this, whether it took you a year or 2 or 5 or 8, once you got there, guys, it is absolutely a game changer, not only for you, but potentially for generations to come with your family. And it shouldn't be that complicated. You have to read the books. You have to learn the skill set. You've got to be willing to go through the crap we all go through. I hear more no's than probably most of you combined.
Right.
Well, how do you do? Yeah, people tell me no every day, but thank you very much. Hey, talk to you later. And I'll put them on my list and I'll drip on them down the road. I go through that all the time, even though we've got the greatest product on the planet Earth and the greatest compensation out there. And I'm just looking for, 1 or 2 good people, looking for, Pastor Mel that becomes a leader and starts doing his own thing and is out there. They're out there. You just have to find those individuals, and you can. But if you talk to 3 people and they don't say yes, the next time we don't see you for a month or 2, and that's not the way it's set up. Imagine if you got a C+ in a class. What are you going to do? You're going to come home. I got to study more. I got to make sure. I got to see if I can do some extra credit because that's just not acceptable. That's the type of attitude you've got to have here building your business. And you got to take the stinking thinking out of your head. We become what we think about. I control my thoughts much better than I did before. But I learned that skill set when that negativity comes in there, and there's about 1,000 of them a day in your mindset, whether you know it or not. And if you let that fester inside your brain, I'm telling you, you're going to live a life of lack. If something negative comes in your mind and mindset, immediately switch it to something that you want, something positive. Flip the script on something. That's one of the biggest secret sauces that I've used my entire career. That I call it the alien, pops out of your chest. No, Pastor Mel talking about all this relaunching stuff, and I talked to the guy yesterday, and he told me to go fly a kite. When that comes in your mind, you gotta beat that devil down, and you gotta change it. I'm going to the top. Well, you're too old. You're a woman. I'm going to the top. Well, no, you're an old man, and you don't have no hair, and you're just small, and I'm going to the top. Well, very few people make it in direct sales. Now, I'm going to the top. I'm going to be at the top or dead on the side of the wall on the mound there. And that's what people have to understand you've got to be serious about this. I'm going to close with this, Pastor, is that one of the first trainings I went to, and this literally helped me even to today. He said that the trainer in front of the room said, if you treat this business like I spent $1 million, I guarantee your success. Unfortunately, most people treat it like a couple $100. I get a couple trips here and there. And Sally, Mo, and Lamo said no, so I'm not going to show up anymore. Right. That is a recipe for disaster. Treat the business like you spent $1 million, and that's the type of lifestyle you'll bring to yourself in a year or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. It's coming if you're willing to put in the work behind it.
Coach, you have helped us immeasurably. I'm going to bring Coach D to the stage. Don't go too far away. I'm going to put you in the lobby because we need you to close us out with some more nuggets, man. You blessed us a whole lot. Tell the Queen I said hello, and we'll be seeing you guys in Paris. No, we'll see you in New Orleans before then. Yeah. So we're looking for, and we're going to set something up for San Antonio.
All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you so very much, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you got what I got out of that, and that's a lot. Go through the notes again, reshare this, invite some more people. You're going to need to listen to the replay. There's so much substance there, guys. You can't miss this. You need this word for your relaunch. Whether you're relaunching your travel business, whether you're relaunching your relationships, whether you're relaunching your life, this that you're hearing tonight is all relevant. And speaking of relevant, I'm going to bring Coach D up. And let me just tell you, she is my big sister, y'all. I love me some her. She is a beast when it comes to anything that she puts her hands on, because she is not going to let that thing go until it is done. Do you hear me? And I'm so godly proud of her. She's our first team ambassador. The first fruit belongs to her. She went first, but she made an opening for many coming after her. And I want you to put your hands together for Coach Deborah Taylor. I'm going to get her on the screen. And as she's coming in, y'all, I think she might have stepped away, but she'll come right back. I know she'll come right back. And as she comes in place, there she is. She comes in place, put those hands together, hashtag, come on, if you know the woman of God, hashtag I love Coach D, hashtag I love Coach D. Coach, thank you so very much for making yourself available. Again, you take umpteen 11 vacations and everything. Could have been anywhere, but you're here with us tonight. Thank you so very much, woman of God.
Yes. Well, I'm excited to be here. Congratulations on Joshua Generation. That is definitely a part of Team Legacy. Matter of fact, the first team that was birthed out of Team Legacy. Wow. And we are definitely excited. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I know that.
Officially, right? First team that was birthed out of this movement. And we call Team Legacy is a movement yes. of teams. Creating nations and neighborhoods inside of this team. And so I'm excited to be here with you tonight. Hands off and just Apostle, I want to call him Apostle Daryl, has just set the bar, for me to have to come behind him or something, but it's all good. It's all good. We're going to see.
You got the goods. If anybody got the goods, I know you do. But I want to go back into your professional and your corporate experience first, because there's a lot of professionals out there who are on a great path. They're making great money. They're making $80, $90, $150,000 a year. They got the degree, t-shirt, hat, all that to go along with it. And then there are some who are ministers of the gospel. They have outstanding ministries that not just local, but perhaps regional and national and international, so forth and so on. And you occupy strong position in both of those spaces. So I want you first, Coach, to talk to us about your professional experience in corporate America and your ministerial experience within the kingdom of God. Talk a little bit about both of those first.
Woo! Okay. So I am a degreed. I worked in a quasi-governmental agency. I actually worked for 3 different presidential administrations. I worked alongside of them in the healthy marriage and fatherhood, responsible fatherhood areas, child support. domestic violence, and prison reentry. I also was a pastor, so I was a bivocational pastor. I am connected to one of the largest mega churches in the country, Apostle H. Daniel Wilson, who has who oversees the group called Shekinah Glory. Praise is what I do, right? How everybody think it's William, but it's actually Shekinah Glory that launched that and launched him. And so I'm very proud of that. I found myself, traveling a lot in ministry, preaching and teaching. I was actually trained by some very powerful women preachers who are the top women preachers who've been in Essence magazines. And so, and Ebony and everything. And I don't even want to start naming them. One of them is There With You, Reverend Dr. Claudette Copeland. And so I was blessed. I have been blessed to have a phenomenal career, not only through my job. I made over 6 figures. I had 8 weeks of vacation. I had a good, I was just blessed with that particular job. And I started in that job from the bottom, right? I was a welfare recipient. My mother was one. I started when my husband, we were together over 40 years before he passed. And, we struggled, right? We struggled and came up. And so I know what it is to be in lack and poverty, but I also know what it is to be able to teach people to launch into the deep. And, so that is pretty much my church experience, my personal experience, without getting into a whole lot of details. I'm an author. I've written 10 books. I've launched 34 authors. I'm writing a book now on being a widow, because there's a lot that people don't really understand. Until I became a widow, I didn't understand it either. And there's a lot to this being a widow. So I'm getting ready to do my 11th book and also do an anthology. So it'll probably be 2. It'll be one of a journal for widows, and the second will be an anthology helping other widows and widowers to tell their story. So I love to do that. I'm a speaker. I'm a teacher. I have taught. I continue to teach all over. I teach online. I have taught. I train boards. I write grants. I'm a grant writer. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff, But
Proverbs.
I love people, and I love helping people who are on the bottom, because I was one that people counted out, right? And everything that I did, people always counted me out, even in this business, counted me out. And I love to prove people wrong, and I love to take people and prove them wrong.
Come on here now. I love that. One of the reasons I want you to speak very candidly on your background and experience and your successes, because a lot of times from the critics outside, oh, that's one of them pyramid things. Those are the people, they don't have nothing else to do but scam people all day long. They go through, the yada, 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 yada. But I want people watching this to know that we're from our first ambassador to you, we're dealing with professional people. We're dealing with people who've had a plethora of options and directions they could have gone, but you chose this. Now, let me ask you this. In your corporate career, you have become a 6-figure income earner, and then something happened. How long did it take you, just economically, pound for pound, dollar for dollar, how long did it take you doing what you do now in this industry, in this company called Travorium? How long did it reach you economically, pound for pound, dollar for dollar, to equal what took you however many years in the corporate space?
Well, I was in corporate and the quasi-governmental for a little over 40 years.
Wow.
And in this business, actually, I exceeded, before my husband passed in Tuesday, he'd been gone a year. He got nervous last year because I had exceeded my prior income. So even before I hit ambassador, I pretty much had exceeded with all the bonuses and the other things, plus what he was making through Travorium. We had really exceeded our income together. And he actually made six figures. He was the only African American parks director for Milwaukee County. So he made that. I mean, he made history because they haven't had one since, and they didn't have one before. So, but in actuality, I would say in December when I hit ambassador, I have far exceeded my income that I made in corporate America, and that took me 4 years. And even when it taken me 4 years, the only reason that it took me 4 years is because my husband was ill. My husband was in kidney failure. My daughter has systemic lupus, along with some other things was going on her with the time. I moved my 83-year-old my mother, and so I was taking care of her. And so I had a lot going on in the first 2 years, but I built, and my goal was only to get to $1,500 and just travel the world. And me and my husband did 25 vacations in 1 year, not because we thought that he was not going to be here, but because we just wanted to. We worked so hard in ministry, and I'm always on you about this, in ministry and then working full time, that we never took the time. We took care of everybody else and didn't take care of ourselves.
So true.
Yeah,
that's a word for a lot. Look, we call it a mic drop. A lot of folk out
and we suffer for it, you know. And so I'm trying. One of the things that I'm doing as a marketplace minister is teaching young pastors such as yourself, pastors and their wives, the importance of taking care of each other and taking care of yourself first, and family first. God, and then family, and then parishioners and church. But you got to take care of God. That ain't got nothing to do with taking care of his house, and then taking care of your wife and you, because your kids gonna get grown and leave you too.
Yes, Lord, you dropping some nuggets. I hope y'all catching them.
They're gonna get grown. So,
Apostle, tell us this, and I love the name of your team. In fact, I'm reading a book. We've read it already, but we're studying it through. I want to encourage y'all to get a copy. If you don't have, come on here in this house. Get a copy of The Man of God. Shout out Pastor Bullock, Living for Legacy. You named your team Team Legacy. What is the essence of this team, and what type of people have you most attracted, and maybe why? What's in the fabric? What's in the DNA of it all?
Well, the reason that we named the team Team Legacy is that pretty much what you're talking about tonight, that in Psalms 42, it says deep calls to deep. And so what we were looking for was people who actually wanted to leave legacy for their children's children's children. And as we began to study the word of God, we actually realized that I was 57 when I lost my job, and my husband was up in his 60s because he's much older than me. And we realized that we wanted to leave legacy and create legacy for others. We wanted to make sure that we did that. And so the reason that we named our team Legacy, it gave us an opportunity to take responsibility not only for our own wealth, but making sure. And so we did, as we began to build Team Legacy, we began to deal with our health. We began to deal with our wealth, and getting in a place where you can work, but you gotta work to live, and that you create life, and you create that life. And as the Lord says, you could create a life that's more abundant, right? And more abundantly, you can't do that with your job. A lot of times, some people can, but most people can't, because they're working 60. I used to work 16 hours a day. Sometimes I would work 18 hours. I would get on a plane. I would preach on a Sunday, hop on a plane, hit DC, do all of that, just moving around, right? And eventually you're going to get tired. So legacy is something that is passed down from, and it's actually, and I saw something, where is this at? I saw something that I wanted to, that I found today, as I was reading this particular book, and it says, your life is like a beach with clear sand. As you walk along the shores, you should be able to turn around and see footprints. You should see the track that you have set and the course that you have charted. See, with Team Legacy and creating legacy, we're leaving a footprint, right? And we've left a footprint. There's over 500 people in multiple cities, in multiple countries, that we have made an impact, me and my husband, over these last 4 years. Some of them lives will never be the same. Some of them have taken their first vacation. Some of them have never made extra money through a vehicle like this. No, some of them have never got accommodated on their check, and some of them will far exceed their traditional income. That's what I want to do, to be able to change and renew people's mind, to create a mindset that my slip was not pink, my slip was blue. To work 40 something years, every last one of my children, I have 2 children and a granddaughter, and every last one of them own their own businesses. Every last one, and they belong to Travorium. Because one thing, my 3-year-old and my 5-year-old granddaughter got their passports in the last month. My great granddaughter got her passport the other day, 2 days ago. It's on Facebook, right? And so one of the things that she did, she called me, Gigi, I go get my passport, right? She's 3, right? She's been traveling since she was 4 months. And one of the things that she said to the people when she got to the post office, because me and her practice mugs, you can't smile when you take your passport.
Right.
I want her to practice that because she's so used to saying cheese, right? And I was like, Ava, you can't say cheese. You got to give them the mug face. Her grandmother, which is my daughter, was like, she said, I'm telling her to smile, and she said, no, grandma said give mug face. She followed
That's legacy.
the assignment. She followed the assignment, created legacy. Why? Because when her great grandpa died, passed away May 3rd last year, and when my granddaughter, she got her passport. When she got her passport the other couple of weeks ago, she called me. She had her little suitcase packed, and she had in the suitcase, she had 2 swimming suits, her goggles, her sunglasses, and in her suitcase, she called me. She said, Grandma, I'm ready to go to the beach. Right? But guess who is inheriting their business?
Yes.
With their grandfather's business.
Yes.
Legacy will continue because the book of business that he built is being inherited by his grandchildren and his great-grandchildren. Come on. God. That's what I love about this company. So legacy, we're creating legacy. We're helping people to do something that they can pass down, that they can build and pass down and leave a footprint in the earth, on the beaches of the world, in countries and neighborhoods and nations. There's so many people who have never been out of the country, never been out of their neighborhood, never been out of their neighborhood. I'm meeting 50, 60-year-old people who don't have a passport and have never caught a plane. What's wrong with that? And some of them are on our team, but they won't have that story no more.
Come on now. That's legacy.
That's legacy.
So, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, if you didn't know what legacy was, now you do. Coach, thank you for sharing that. Now, I need a little bit more of your time, and then we're going to bring some of our team on, and they have some testimonies to share as well. But I want you to do this for us. We've been saying this all the time. This thing is bigger than travel. Why does that resonate with you so much?
One, because for me, I look at this as ministry. I look at this as that it allows us to wake up your successful self. It's a book that I'm reading. But wake up your successful self, right? And I done almost told us about Felix Anderson. Let me give him his props. And inside of this book, and I always study, but inside this book is actually we're shaking and awakening people to the reality that there's more to life than going to work, going home, watching TV.
You just said it.
Living from paycheck to paycheck. It's deeper and so much deeper than that. And I read this, and I said this the other night. It says the evidence of change isn't found on words. People talk a good game. People front. I met so many people that front. That's why they got imitation Coach bags and all kinds of stuff, right? But the evidence of change isn't found on the surface of your words. It's found on the foundation of your actions. actions speak louder than words. You and I want to teach people how to move into action. So that's what I see as this platform. I see a platform in which we can do that. And people are looking for us as well as we are looking for them. Do you want to make supernatural change in your life? God has called us to be kingdom related and kingdom minded people. And it takes a renewing of the mind. And I'll give you an example. I call these people the one-hit wonders. It's a show that I watch on TV where they talk about stars, talk about they may have been an artist and then all of a sudden they were gone or disappeared. I forget the name of it. But sometimes people can be one-hit wonders. And you need to help people to understand and what we do in this business in not only the network marketing business, if it's done right.
Right.
Let me say that again. Collaboration and partnership is the new currency. If you're not willing to collaborate and partner and come together, you can change the world if you can come together. And I believe that's definitely biblical, right?
Yes.
So you got to come together. And if you can come together with the meeting of the minds and everybody can win, right?
Yes.
It's not that I am an ambassador. I just got there first. But that doesn't mean that you can't come along and pass me. Not even come alongside of me, but pass me. The thing is that what I've learned is that we don't respect those who were trailblazers and pioneers who went before us.
Good God.
And that's another thing that legacy does. See, there's a reason that I'm sitting in this spot. And it's a reason I can help another person get past a bunch of junk and eliminate some of the pain to get the gain.
You teaching. You're going
to go through some pain, honey. You're gonna go through some pain, but if I can help just one, this would be a song. If I could just help one somebody, that's an old song, right? Just one somebody, one person at a time, person at a time. I am creating the legacy, and that's in this business. That's what you can do. In this business, a pyramid scheme is not recognized by the federal government.
IRS.
IRS. It's not recognized by that. Our business is recognized by the IRS. Me and my husband both got stimulus checks. Me and my husband both use this as a home-based business and saved a whole lot of money on our taxes. So a pyramid scheme does not recognize your business. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that I've never been in a business where you can give and get. Even in church, you can give. And they say it's more blessed to give than receive.
Yes.
But even when you give in church, you don't get 100% of your investment back.
Come on now. We winning. Let me go to some of these comments. Triska Landry, it's good to see you, baby girl. The name of that program, coach, is Unsung.
That's it.
Yeah. We got Ernest Riddick, and he says, hello. We got a few others chiming in. Prophetess Michelle said she won't have that story anymore. Luciana Kendricks, thank you. She says she loves what she does. She's a CNA, and she loves her job. Great point. Thank you for bringing that out, because you do not have to quit what you're doing to do what we do. In fact, you could do what you do till Jesus comes back and still, amen, travel at discounted prices. Go ahead, Coach.
I didn't quit my job. My job let me go. There is a difference.
Oh, come on.
The other thing to the CNA out there is that what if you hurt your back? What if you hurt I was a CNA, right? So what if you get hurt? What do you have in place? This is what I tell my children. What is in place that will continue to give you, because if you get hurt, it's going to be hard. Workman comp is going to mess you over. Yeah. You're probably going to have to get a lawyer and go through a bunch of stuff. So what do you have in place as a secondary, as your plan B?
Yeah.
And so in some cases, your plan B will become your plan A. And so you want to make sure, no matter what you do. So what I did was, even though I do this, see, people think I only do travel, but they don't know. I teach, I train, I coach. Everything that I did, and they gave me millions of dollars worth of training, I have taken that and created my own consulting business. So I have my own consulting business.
Streams of income.
I have my own multiple streams of income. So I have my own, so I can go into the same thing that I used to make $60, $70 an hour to do. I can go into an organization and command a price because I have the expertise to do it.
So you're saying it's not really wise to just have one stream of income, basically?
No.
Gotcha.
No.
Gotcha.
No.
Let me ask you this, Coach. I'm going to combine these questions, and then we're going to wrap it up before we bring some of our other testimonials in on the team. I have one last question, but I'm going to wrap these together. I want you to speak on the type of person that we're looking for in specific, because we're not looking for everybody. We hear you say that all the time, and I repeat it because it's the truth. And I want you, Pookie, you could just keep doing what you're doing. We're good. And then I want you to talk about the type of support that they're going to get, because there are some people who have never done this, or they've never had any success at it, or they've had a whole bunch of failure, and they kind of compare it to something else from way back when or whatever. So what type of person are we looking for? What kind of support will they have? And why is now the perfect time to either launch or relaunch with our team?
First of all, we're looking for a person who wants success, who has a drive and a will and really believe in themselves, that is motivated, that is disciplined, that is committed, that has leadership capacity and skills, or is open to being mentored as a leader. We're looking for a person who wants, and seriously, that really wants to travel the world. There are a lot of people say, I don't want to go nowhere. Well, this may not be the business for you. As far as the travel business. It may not be if you don't want to ever leave. I had a guy that wanted to join one time. He lived with his mom. He never been out of his neighborhood. He didn't want to go. He was scared to fly. And I had to tell him, this is not the business for you. My niece laugh about that now. I don't accept everybody in my business. What is it that you desire that you want? Do you desire to see the world? Well, if you desire to see the world, I can show you how to do that and not spend. I just talked to an apostle's son, right? He works for the airline. So he flies free, right? And he wanted to do this one trip, and we had that trip for $300 and some, and it was going to cost him $5,000. So we're looking for people who want to save money, but not only save money, but make money. We're looking for people who want to have a desire to create legacy and want to leave something for their children. We're looking for people who want to encompass and their family and build the capacity of their family by being able to get away more than once a year. I could go on. I got a whole list. Right? And when you get to the level that we are, me and you, we're looking for leaders. I ain't looking, when we say launching into the deep, I tell the Comma Club when I train them, I said, you throw out, you throw out the net. There's all different types of fishing. There's on the hook, and I ain't even a fisherman, but I studied this thing, right? When you throw the net out, but then you also, our CEO, he goes deep sea fishing.
Right.
He go into the deep ocean and he catch fish, right? Me and you are looking for the big fish. You're at the deep, right?
Yeah.
But some of you are inside of the net, and so we sorting fish, right? And we can throw you back, throw us back, right?
Right.
So we got the net out, and so you got to figure out where you fit inside of the net. Are you on the hook, right? Can we hook you in, or are you inside of that net that we gonna sort you and throw you out, or are you a big fish? Are you a person that may have been in network marketing before and looking somewhere to plant your flag, having the experience that to build teams, to create, to want to move with a company that is setting momentum and have a drive and really to build a residual income. Do you like money?
Come on now.
Do you want to make some money?
Come on now.
Seriously, do you? Because if I ask people, do you want to make some extra money? If they say no, I'm good. I'm like, okay, bye.
Hey,
Do you want to save some money? And
Yeah.
you know, I had a customer, and I must be quiet, but I had a customer, and she wanted to go to Universal Studios in Florida, which was fine. And you know, I still have my have part of my travel agent hat on that, you know, I use when I need to. And so the trip was going to cost her $7,000 for 4 days. Because the passes was $1,500. Right? So I explained to her, I said, if you join us, you could save about $6,000. Because the passes ain't even gonna cost you that. But in her mind, she thought she would have a different experience by spending the $7,000.
Ain't that some stuff?
The experience is gonna be identical. It's just, what do you want to pay versus what you pay. And what I've learned is that people that have money know how to manage money.
Yes.
People that don't have money, a lot of times don't know how to manage it. And we were looking for people to help you to learn strategies, not only to make money, but to manage it, and to manage it well, and to make more, and to do more, and create legacy for your children's children's children.
You talking real good, Coach. Tell us why now is the perfect and ideal time for someone to relaunch with us, either to launch or to relaunch their business.
Because we're in momentum. You know, we're a 10-year company, and a lot of people have not heard of this company. They've heard of a lot of different companies, and I was privileged to be in several different travel companies as a travel agent. We are the new wave in travel. We are setting the precedence where you don't even have to book anybody's travel. You don't have to go through the process. Right now, we are in momentum because we worked out. David Hart, the CEO, him and his wife have now worked through the kinks. They've worked through the growing pains. They've worked through the struggle. They've worked through. They've learned the how to cross the I's and dot the T's. They've learned what's necessary for the IRS and the Federal Trade Commission and all that. They have learned all that, and most of all, we have too. Most of all, we have been through the storm and the rain.
Come on here.
Right? We've been through the storm, we've been through the rain. So like I said in the beginning, the perfect time to come is now, because we can save you some missteps. We can save you the some of the pain in order to gain. And I really believe that in my heart, that because and you're going to get the training, you're going to get the knowledge. We definitely try anybody. We definitely, if you use this as a business, we don't try to leave anybody behind. We take it all by live bodies that want to go. And sometimes we want it more for you than you want it for yourself.
Wow.
You know, and I've been burnt. I've been burnt because of that. You know, and sometimes I want it so bad for the other person because I can see it in them. You know, a perfect example is, and she don't mind me saying this, is Tanya Evans Barnes. Tanya Evans Barnes is a beast.
Yes,
she's
Lord.
going to be an ambassador.
Yes, Lord.
She's going to be one. But when she first got on the screen, and at one point she got so mad at me, she called you on me, right? Right? But her lighting was bad, her verbiage, I mean, she was just right, just like me. Somebody had to work on me, right? And I tell them all the time, I may not say it right, I may not do it right, I may not cross all my T's and my dots. I don't need for you to do all that, because we're going to help you to do that. And there's going to be, as you say, iron sharpens iron, right? You know, iron sharpens irons, but you got to look for, but what she has, she's a winner. She's a winner. She's gonna, even in the midst of, you know, and she watches everything that you do. That's what we're looking for. She, even in the struggle, right? When she could have quit, when her child, you know, when she was struggling, right now she just had death in her family. She don't have to be on here, right? Every time, but when obstacles come, she just like me. She just like, heads up.
Right.
It's time to fight. It's time to fight. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for some folk who want to fight and want to win. That's what I'm looking for. And I know that's what you're looking for.
Because I know you're right.
Every time you stomp your toe and you stop, you stomp your toe, but you stop. No, you stomp your toe, you may cuss a little bit, but you got to keep going.
You might say a few words.
Right.
But keep it moving. Keep it moving.
But just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Right. You keep it moving. And so a lot of people, you know, even in the midst of all the things that I've been through in this last year, and this is the week leading up to my husband's passing. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a rough week for me. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it's still, you got to win. I can't stop. I can't stop. I can't stop. You know, I have my grief moments. I had one at 3:00 a.m. this morning. Somebody was on Facebook at 3:00, saw that, right? I had a moment. But at the end of the day, I had to get up, shake the dust from my feet, and keep it moving. And that's what we're looking for. People, and in this business right now, we are shaking the dust from our feet and we're keeping it moving. And you're going to wish. I had one of my spiritual daughters tell me, she said, I should have joined that business 4 years ago. She's getting ready to join now. She said, I missed it. I said, no, you didn't miss it. You just won't have to go through some of the pain.
Yeah, that you could have already.
Because a lot of people that started with us did not stay because they couldn't endure the pain. They couldn't stand the pain against their window. They couldn't stand the pain through the window of opportunity. But I'm telling you that the window of opportunity is here right now in this company in Travorium. The window of opportunity is wide. The door of opportunity is open and the windows are overflowing. And all you got to do is come in, find your spot, make a decision, be ready to be discipled. I'm going to say discipled or disciplined, committed. Listen to the coach, to the trainer, and we are able to help you and be open, have your heart open and your mind open. And I guarantee you're going to get a comment in your check.
I love it. I love it. Coach, I got one more question for you, but I want somebody to go to the comments and just reiterate what she just said. Hashtag don't quit. She has this thing. How you say it? Stick and stay. Hashtag stick and stay. Hashtag don't quit. Don't even think about it because it's going to be worth all the pain that you may have to endure. Here's your last question, and then we're going to bring some of our other guests on. And I'm so thankful for you, Coach. I love you. You know that. You're our first team ambassador. You've led the way, so you can tell us. You've tasted what those perks and what those profits and what those benefits, and some of them anyway. You got some more coming. But so what does it taste like? What does it feel like? Come on, talk back to us.
When you see, I was unemployed. So that means that I got a check for 6 months for $100 and something bucks. Going from 6 figures. Okay. I want y'all to get this in your mind. For 3 years, I allowed my husband for the first time to really take care of me. I mean, as far as me not having any money to shop, to do the things that I wanted to do. When you go from 6 figures, being able to buy you a St. John's suit and some red bottom shoes and doing what you want to do to no check. You look at stuff different. So when I came out of that 3 years, from 57 to 60 and made up in my mind that I was going to do this, it still took me about a few months to realize, oh, this is simple. And so I'm saying that to say that when you go from that, and then you got to realize 4 years ago, I was broke. My husband is gone now. He didn't like for me to say that, but I was, for me, going from a 6-figure woman to nothing, to not having my own check. And now I drive 2 cars. I have a BMW that this company pays for every 15th of the month. I have a Nissan Rogue 2021 that this company pays for every 31st of the month with the $750 bonus that my husband gets. I have the ring, right? The ring. Has the ring, right? And matter of fact, I have 2 of them. I have the Pioneer ring and I have this ring. Right? I get a check every week. And I can go I can go when I want to go and do what I want to do. My mother-in-law passed away in February, and I was gone. They called me at 2:00 on Sunday. At 5:30 on Monday morning, I was on a plane. Before my brother-in-law got up, I was at his house.
Wow.
He thought I had borrowed somebody's jet. But if I had not had been an ambassador and had the income to be able to do that, I couldn't have did that.
Yes.
So the perks and the sacrifices that I have made, the pain, I'm telling you, it's been painful. It has not been an easy journey, but it has been worth it. And like you said in the beginning, if it takes 4 years, so I am enjoying the perks. I'm getting ready to go to Paris and Venice. In Paris, I will be going to the Louis Vuitton.
Come on.
Right?
Come on.
I told David, you ain't getting out of getting me my purse. He said, I wouldn't dare do that, Deborah, right? I get to go where I want to go, do what I want to do. You know, I just decided a couple of weeks ago, I just wanted to go sit in Hot Springs for a couple of days in a suite, and I did. You know, I can do what I want to do when I want to do, and I don't have to think about it. I don't have to even phantom to be able to have the money, and then I can go in my back office and pay for anything that I want to pay inside of the back office to do what I want to do. That is a great feeling. It is a great feeling and I sow more money now into ministry. If I decide I want to sow money into Joshua Generation, I can do that. I write my pastors love offering. Sometimes I just send them a cash app, $200-$300, whatever, $500, whatever I want to do. I just send it to them because I can. Right? I've adopted ministries that I can sow into because I have the money to do that now as an ambassador.
And the time freedom as well.
And the time. I can go where I want. I don't have to come back. You know, people always wondering where I am. David Roberts and they say we visit home and live at resorts because I can go where I want to go. And, you know, I was telling some of the team members, one of the things that I want to do now, again, since, you know, all the COVID restrictions is kind of is to start having live meetings. I want to be able to fly back into San Antonio and have a live meeting. I want to go to North Carolina and have a live meeting. I want to be able to do that because that's how you build momentum. That's how you build business.
Absolutely.
And so I can do that.
I love it.
I love this business and I love the opportunity that it has afforded me to be able to do that. And I'm looking forward. And I'm more excited when I see other people rank up. When I see other people getting ready to get a check, I don't sleep. I'm gonna tell you, I sit up and if I know, and there's so many of us, so many people now, but if I know it and I know like I know you pretty close to 3-star, I probably won't sleep.
My Lord.
Because it's like giving birth.
My Lord. It's coming
like,
quick.
Woo, it's coming and it's coming. And you know it's coming. So I would say to anybody out there, join this team. Right? If you see this on anybody's wall, join this team. Join Joshua Generation. Join the team, and you're going to hear from some phenomenal leaders that are getting ready to come on. But you join the team. Join the team, and you'll have access to me, Daryl, and anybody else because we are helpers one to another, and that's what's important. So this is the time. This is the time. The company is and our compensation plan has changed. Ooh, I don't even want to get into that right now.
Yeah, that might be a bit much.
Oh my God. I done got nervous. I'm so glad that I actually hired a CPA out of Washington, D.C. to handle my finances now. It's mind blowing.
Yeah, you have to. You're moving in another bracket.
Yes.
Listen, we're gonna get some of the team on. I think a few had to drop off, but let me get Coach Daryl. I'm gonna have all of you all on the camera still while our guests are coming in. I want us to celebrate one another. I'm gonna bring Coach Daryl back in. Let me see if I can get him back on camera, and then we're gonna start. Look like Pastor Danny is gonna be our first guest tonight, and I want us to celebrate him. I'm gonna bring everybody on camera at the same time, but Coach, Pastor Danny is going to talk first tonight. I want to introduce him as a mighty man of God, man of valor, a pastor out of North Carolina. My brother and I, we call it North Kakalaki. I don't know if they know that, but we're grateful and thankful for him. He has been consistent, and he has been faithful. And I know that he's about to relaunch this thing. When I put it out to the team, I put it out to everybody. But he was one of the first ones, as everybody else on the screen, to respond and said, put me in, coach, let's go. So, Pastor Danny, I want you to talk to us about who you are and just tell us why you're relaunching and what this whole thing means to you.
Thanks for having me on, Pastor Mel, and thanks, Daryl and Coach Deborah, for everything you guys said. I'm sitting here taking notes of everything that's going on, and you guys have ministered to me more than you guys know. And I wrote down Pastor Deborah said she's coming to North Carolina, and I'm putting a note down. I'm sure she's talking about Fayetteville over there where Tanya's at, but I know why Fayetteville is at. It's only a few hours from me. So,
hey, I want to come to North Carolina too. Marie and I are looking for North Carolina.
Hey, we got you. I think Lisa's from North Carolina too. So we all looking for you. Yeah, I've been in the business for a while. I'll be honest with you, Pastor Mel. You know, I hadn't really took it as serious as I should have. But it's time to get going. And you know, I just came back from vacation.
Yes.
Yesterday, matter of fact. And I'm tired. I need a vacation from my vacation. I'm trying to catch up. My eyes are swollen together. But just seeing the joy. I raised 3 grandkids. Me and my wife, we raised 3 grandkids, and just seeing the joy in those grandkids' eyes while we was on vacation, it kind of just said, you know, this is what it's all about, and this is what I want to do. It's just to create for memories for them, and try to create a lifestyle for them. And I was sitting there thinking about Apostle Deborah said is I was one of those guys. I got hurt at work back when I was 50 years. I'm 53 now, and I got hurt at work when I was 49, and I got seriously hurt. And then you know, and this is a job I had planned on retiring from, and I had put all my eggs in that basket. And when I got hurt, I was like, what am I going to do now? You know what I mean?
Wow.
And I didn't have Travorium at the time. Didn't know what Travorium was. I wish I did know what Travorium was. But, you know, I sit there and think, I was like, how can we tell people to make more investments in their life, to invest in yourself, and not to put everything into whatever work company they in? Because I put everything I had, I put in into the company I was working at. And when I got hurt, and once I had to hire a lawyer, I was a number. I mean, I was no more good to that company.
Lord have mercy.
And I lost my job. I had to go to court and all this stuff. You know, of course, you know, I got a settlement and all, but still, that only lasts for so long. And you learn real quick, no matter how hard you work and whatever you do, all the years you put into a company, you are just a number. And it hurts. It hurts when you lose all that, and you lose all your benefits, and you have to start. And when you're 49 or 50 or whatever, companies don't want to hire you, especially if you've been hurt and you got injuries and you can't do certain things, and you can't lift and you can't bend, and you have to go to doctors every month or whatever. Companies don't want to deal with you. I mean, it's just a fact. So, you know, how do we tell people hey, you need to start investing in yourself? Well, through Travorium, we have a way to tell people, hey, we got a way that you can invest in yourself, not only uh, for ourselves, but for our kids and for our grandkids. And so with this vacation I just took, I say, hey, I want to invest in for my grandkids, because I'm one of those people like Daryl talked about. I was raised up. I never took vacations. My parents, we never had money to go anywhere. You know, we took vacations by going to somebody's house or going to aunt somebody's or uncle somebody's. You know what I mean? We didn't go to Disney World or places like that. So I'm getting kind of emotional, guys. Now, so I'm sorry.
It's all right, man.
So this is it. So being able to bless these youngins and bless these kids to show them the world, it's a blessing, and to be able to open their eyes up to the world, and how I can pass it to them.
Yes,
it's the main thing. It's like Apostle Deborah, how your husband was able to pass it to his grandkids.
Yes,
it's not about me, but it's about how I can pass it to the grandkids I'm raising.
yes,
And that's what I'm looking forward to. But I know I got to do the work. So it's time for me to get the lead out of my butt, get off the ball, and put the work in. So I'm getting my rod and reel ready. I'm going to start casting my nets and start doing the work. I'm tired of sitting down and being on the bench. So, Coach, let's start. Put me in. Let me get to work.
All right, now that's what I'm talking about. We love you, man.
I love you. I'm sorry. I'm crying over here. I don't know.
That's all right, brother. Our hearts are with you. Dr. Phyllis Terry says, awesome testimony. You're speaking from your heart. We love you. We believe in you. We believe in your success. We're all in this thing together. We're going to go to Miss Yvonne. That's not too far away, up there just a little bit north in Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. And we're grateful for her. She's been a quiet storm. I was joking with her a little while ago. We were talking about keeping our testimonies brief. And she said, I know he wasn't talking about me. I said, yeah, I'm talking about you too, because you've been quite prolific lately. Once she got back from Dubai, she wasn't the same, y'all. So, Miss Yvonne, we love you. We honor you too. Talk to us about what this relaunch means to you, the value it has, and what speaks to your heart the most.
The relaunch means that it's a new start, a fresh start, to move forward, to get going. Some like Danny was saying that I've been sort of slacking it, and I understand what he's saying. And at ages, I had 4 back surgery, so I know nobody's not going to hire me because I can't bend or can't lift. I can't even lift a jug of milk sometime, a gallon jug. But so this business here is a really good thing for me to because I don't have to bend. I might have to stretch a little bit, but that's my faith have to stretch out so that I can accomplish what I have to accomplish. But it's time for me to get up and get going because I know it's in me. It just got to come out more. And the more I listen to uh, Ambassador Taylor, I just get so disturbed inside and go like, I knew I should have been gone farther longer than I have. And I just beat myself up. But I had a meeting with Lisa today, and I'm still going, I should have been long gone by now. Father, I could be a 1 star. But it's me holding myself up, and I recognize that. And tomorrow, Saturday is going to give me a good chance to reach out to people, to tell them about the business, because I'm doing one of the favorite things that I love to do, and that is cater and helping a kid to go to college with the school with the math and science. So I got a lot of people coming in. I already got my paper ready and my pen, and they can't go until they see what I have to tell them. So I'm going to stop, cut everything off. Y'all have to listen to me now. I'm being grandma. Now I'm going to be big mom. Y'all got this a big mom. I got something to tell you. And it's a new start, new beginning, and it's time to get up and go. Spring forward, spring is here, summer will be here, and I don't want to be just hanging around. I want to be in a spring way forward than what I am today. I know it's there, so I'm gonna get there. Danny, I understand you, and you're gonna do great also.
You muted, Coach.
Coach, we can't hear you.
Thank you so much. Proud of you. We love you from our hearts. Next time you go to Dubai, don't leave a brother. Just let me know you're going, and we'll meet you there. And just keep doing what you do, because we know that you're going all the way in. Listen, we want to go to another sister. I love her to life. She's a team member for life. Man, I'm telling you, some people, you just see them shine and just brightens up your day. I told her the other day, I said, girl, you rocking that social media. You look, you make me want to join you and start all over again. She's been going with this thing, and I'm honored. I think we've been together in Jamaica, where we had a wonderful time. We've been together in Vegas, I think a couple of times. And then she even came down with a sister to San Antonio, and we had us a Holy Ghost good time there. And I'm honored to be connected with her. And she is out of Virginia as well, I believe, by way of North Kakalaki. So, Minister Lisa, tell us a little bit about your vision and why this relaunch is so meaningful to you.
Hi, good evening, everybody. For me, the relaunch, I heard it. I heard quite a few people say "new beginning." For me, it's like the turning of a page, of a new chapter. For me, this week has been a lot of new everything. A lot of redoing it again, or doing it differently, or doing it better, but doing more. And for me, this is an opportunity to not just only relaunch the business, but every time you show it, every time you do it again, there's always that opportunity for someone who has not heard it to hear about it, to see it. For those who have heard it, it's always another opportunity that maybe they're going to hear something that they didn't hear before, and that this time it's going to click. For myself, I believe in this business. I just do. I believe in it. I love it. Um, I look for more. I'm always looking for more. I'm always looking for increase. I'm always looking for greater in every area of my life. And I believe that this business offers that, not just for me, but for whoever is out there, for whosoever will, for whosoever will. More, not just more money, more travel, more friends, meeting new friends, um, more exposure. And this is some of my goals for this year. Having more people on the team, um, being a blessing, being able to be a blessing to more people, because this business is a blessing. Not just has it blessed my life, but I have a brother that's in this business. I have a sister that's in this business. I have a daughter that's in this business. I have a granddaughter that's in this business. Um, and I know I went to a new restaurant this week, and when I walked in on yesterday, it was this lady, and she said it to everybody in there, because I'm in there. I took somebody for lunch, and I'm sharing the business, and she said, "I see you on Facebook." She said, "I see you traveling." I hadn't seen this woman in years. Didn't know she was watching Facebook. Did not know she was following us. And she said, "And I see you trying to get everybody." Those were things she said. And I said, that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to share. We're supposed to try to be a blessing to other people. And that's what this business has been to me. It's been a blessing. And I believe that it's my job to be a blessing to other people by sharing this business, because this business will transform lives. So this is just the beginning. I heard Daryl say that this is just the beginning. And I'm always so anxious, because even though sometimes it looks like you're not moving, it looks like you're not going fast, but when you keep pushing, always so interested and excited about what's on the other side. What's on the other side of this relaunch? And if you have to relaunch again, what's on the other side? But I know that once we begin to relaunch and keep relaunching, after a while, there's going to be a breakthrough, and there's going to be more than enough. And that's what I'm looking forward to.
Simply amazing. We love you. We believe in you. We know you are ambassador, and you're certainly ambassador bound within the ranks of this company and more. And listen, we're going to go to our last guest because we lost a few that were in position, but I think some things came up, but we'll get back to them at another time. Prophetess Michelle says, greater. Dr. Phyllis is laughing at me because I call it North Kakalaki. She says I have to come to North Carolina. That's my roots. That's my roots. Amen. All kind of family there. I love that place. But we got to go to North Kakalaki, I believe, by way of Fayetteville, by way of, oh Lord, now I'm forgetting, Cleveland,
Ohio.
Yes. By way of military all over the country, by way of comedy, by way of tenacity, by way of faith and love for my baby sister. I'm telling you what, love me some her, so godly proud of her. Coach Tanya, why is it that this relaunch is so meaningful to you? And what do you have to say to those listening, watching, live or replay?
Well, actually, I never really launched my business in the first place. When I got into the business, the person that got me in, he just dumped me. He just dropped me in, your lap. And I thank God for the drop off, because now I got connected with you, Coach D. I mean, God is strategic like that. But what this means to me is I done it all. Like you said, I done served my country. I'm a comedian. And like the movie Players Club, you got to use what you got to get what you want. So I'm already got comedian. I already know how to talk to people, and I love travel. I've been traveling since I was 9 years old. I come from a long line of military men and women in my family. So it just made sense. And to get paid for it, Lord have mercy. That's all I can say. And to write it off, good Lord have mercy. And I mean, honestly, I got into this business because, like Coach Deborah said, and I don't mind anybody talking about me. I tell you that. Talk about me, because they're going to talk about me negative or positive. I'm going to give them something to talk about, okay? So my goal for the end of this year, I'm going to be like Coach D when I grow up. I'm hitting ambassador Christmas Eve, just like Coach D. The people that I'm looking for the people that been counted out, just like me. I'm looking for resilient people that understand that regardless of what choice that you're going to make, life is going to continue to happen to you. Just like our former president, famous Donald Trump, he said, it's people dying today that ain't never died before. Guess what? They're going to keep dying, okay? So it's time for us to live before we die. And last but not least, I always used to be called, I'm gullible. I will give the shirt. I will give my shoes. I will take the shoes off my feet and give it to somebody. And that is why I'm like Job. I done been through everything. Shot. Y'all may want to pick up my book, Transparency. I Remember Hurt. But remember what God did for Job at the end of the day. Tenfold. Mic drop. I'm just making room for my super casual, fragilistic, espialidocious blessing that God got for me. Back to you, Coach.
That's what I love about you. I love her. What we gonna do with her? Listen, guys. If y'all are not catching this, Willie Bar, we see you there. If y'all not catching this, I don't know what you're gonna do. But you got to get you something, put it in a bottle, and go there with this thing. I want somebody to put this in the comments. We're going to close out with our two illustrious ambassadors. We're going to have them to give us finishing comments. Thank y'all. Y'all been with us for some time. I didn't know it was this long, but it's never a dull moment with this group. And when you get us together around some beach fireside or some beautiful resort in paradise, man, you ain't seen nothing yet. Friends become family with the stuff we got, and you need to get you some while you can. And your next starts now. Somebody put that in the comment. Your next starts now. This is the relaunch. Hashtag this is the relaunch, led by two powerhouse ambassadors. You can't lose with the stuff we use. Coach D, well, we got two Coach Ds, Coach D and D. Ambassador Daryl and Ambassador Deborah, we love you guys. We want to go all the way to Vegas first. Ambassador, thank you so much for your time. And it's when we spent some time on this thing, but thank you, man. We can't thank you enough for it, as well as Coach D as well. But Ambassador Daryl, let me get you just to give us some closing comments first, and then we'll get our closing comments from Ambassador Deborah Taylor. Thank everybody. Let me say this. If you haven't, it's been on the screen the whole time, y'all. If you haven't done this, this is connected to Team Joshua Generation. On the 30th of April, 7 p.m. Central, we're giving away a 6-day, 5-night stay in Cancun. What do you have to do to receive it? Well, we don't know who's going to win it because only one of those is going to be given away. We're going to give away one $300 airline gift card. We're going to give away one $50 restaurant gift card. But everybody who registers and follows the process is going to get a 4-day, 3-night stay within the United States. It's worth that alone just to register. Text the word START RIGHT to the number that you see moving across your screen. Don't wait. Don't delay. We just got a couple of days in front of us. And if you miss this one, it'll be the end of July for the next one. So you want to get in where you fit in right now. Text the word START RIGHT. No spaces in between. START RIGHT to the number that's coming across your screen. Hopefully right now is moving too slow. I thought I would catch it, but I didn't. Y'all put that number. Y'all put that number in the comment. I don't remember it by heart.
888-532-2699. 888.
You better go, D, because I was about to get it.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So, Coach D, Coach Daryl, we love you. Coach Maria, we love you. I know you're somewhere in the background. Close us out, sir.
Well, good things come to those who wait, but only those things left by those who hustle. So hopefully you guys, we only learned half of the story back in the day. Good things come to those who wait. A lot of us never knew that the other side of the coin was only those things left by those who hustle. I remember real quick back when we were developing businesses in the past 25 years ago. And Maria and I used to get together with the team. We'd be at a restaurant and in a side room, and we'd have a group just like the group here, about 5, 10 people, 15 people. And these would be the people we would launch our business with. It literally just hit me when you guys were talking and I saw everybody here. And we used to have that first meeting, the launch meeting, talking about who we are, what we want to do, how serious are you? We're looking for people that want to go to the next level. We're looking for leaders, people to step up. And I can assure you guys, the people that Maria and I have built businesses with, literally in the thousands and thousands and thousands of people, started with a group just like this. But after hearing and knowing some of you over the years, this group right here is 3 or 4 times more powerful than the groups that we have built unbelievable teams over the years. So again, that just goes to you guys. It is within you to be successful. You have to believe it. You need to fight for it. Do whatever you have to do and know that you've got unbelievable leaders that are here for you. It's not just about you. It's for generational wealth. It's for legacy as well. So don't do it for you. If that causes you to sometimes, doubt yourself or kind of sit back, get your why so strong that no matter what happens, you're going to be successful. God bless you guys, and thank you for letting me be a part of this.
Thank you, Coach. We love you so much. Coach Deborah Taylor, big sis, closing words. Go to you.
Oh, well, this has been absolutely amazing. First of all, I just want to say, Pastor Danny, this is deeper than for your children's children. God is opening up the floodgates for you. And we can talk about that, but he says that we shall live and not die, and we should live a life that's more abundant. And most pastors cheat themselves out of that. You understand me? You don't owe us an apology for being real. What you owe to yourself, to your wife, to your grandchildren that you're raising is in the abundance of a fulfilled life. And if they see you living, see, my husband them last few years, through Travorium, he lived. If you go back and watch his funeral, he had already preached his eulogy with kids running through his legs in the hotel and kids going to the beach and him being able to be at the resort and do. You understand what I'm saying? He left them. And so even the vehicle that he purchased was built for his grandchildren so they could plug in their computers and all of that, that he gave them captain seats so they wouldn't have to touch each other. Seriously. So this is more than about them. It's about you living in order that they can live. Okay. So I want to just drop that nugget in you. You never have to apologize for being real. Be who God called you to be. The second thing that I want to say, Yvonne, you and Lisa are both quiet storms. You are women that people don't see. They used to say, always watch the fight. When I was in the street, I used to be in the street. They used to always say, watch the quiet one. Right? Because the loud one, you're going to see them coming. But it's the quiet ones, right? Lisa, see how chill she is. She's so chill because she said, I got this, right? She's a nation queen. She's not a United States queen. She's a nation queen. You establish who you are and you establish the foundation of who you're going to become. Relaunch and launch is inevitable because you're always launching. You're always looking. You're always, right? I tell people I'm going to be a 1-star ambassador by August. I already know I'm going to do it, right? Because I am relaunching my business. Come on now. So I don't. So I just want to say that to you. And then to my girl T, my girl T, I love you. And I love you because you are so much like me, right? And people don't understand people like us. They really don't, right? We're a lioness and we roar. And sometimes people don't understand your roar. And sometimes people want you to give up and they want you to bow and they want you, but you just can't. You can't give up because if we were to, we would sink, right? That's why I don't swim. I can look cute in the pool, but I don't swim because I might sink and I won't sink it, right? Keep fighting because we got to fight. We have had to fight for everything. See, I tell people I had to fight for this. I don't care what you say, what you think, what you I don't care. I don't care if you don't think that I can do it and you can do it better than me. But what I know, I had to fight for this.
Mama gonna knock you out.
The good fight of faith, right? You gotta fight the good fight of faith, right? Even when I was in other companies, they told me I couldn't do it. You would never succeed in that company ever. And every company I've been in, I've been a leader. But they told me I couldn't succeed in this company. They told me I couldn't succeed in life. And I want to say to each and every one of you, you can do whatever you need to do if you put in the work, do the discipline, get right. And I found something that Eric Thomas says. He said, I got a dream that's worth more than my sleep. That's the first thing. The second thing, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I'm gonna leave that with you. So if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. But I got a dream that's more than I sleep. I get 4 hours of sleep. Last night I was up at 3 a.m. You understand? Because it's worth more, right? I got some stuff that's going on with me. But at the end of the day, that means I got to accelerate and move. I got a couple of weeks to get in some good stuff, to plant some good seeds in order, because I got to take a little sabbatical. But it's all good because even during the sabbatical, the cell phone still work. The computer gonna be in the bed, and now I ain't got to worry about my husband saying, "Can you get all this stuff out of the bed?" Right?
Oh my God, I love it. I love it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
I do.
that's how you have to build this business, y'all. You got to build it even in your sleep. In my sleep, my mind is still turning. In my sleep, I'm thinking. One of the last people that I talked to last night was Daryl. Right? Daryl called me to encourage me to he didn't know he was encouraged, but to encourage me and give me some words. And Maria, she's always in the background, and it put something on my mind that it woke me up at 3:00 and say, you know what? I got to get to work. I got a team that needs to move. And the only way that they're going to move, they follow the leader. It's called follow the leader, right? As we follow Christ and they follow, we follow the leader. So you look at your leaders as a Christ. You're following your leaders. Do what your leaders do. And if you don't understand why they're doing what they're doing, ask them, right? You don't have to do it the way I do it, but there's some things that Daryl has done. And what I was reading, I'm actually reading a book of one of the top network marketers. And one of the things she says that people who have success often share the same testimonies and advice about how they achieve their success. They share their experience on the importance of discipline, time management, visualization, and commitment to their goals. Those are a few clues to success. So no matter how Daryl went through it, I went through it, Mel went through it, whoever, Dr. Phil, whoever goes through it, we all share some similarities in going through. And you're not going to make it unless you sat down and strategize with your leader of how you want to get this done, and you can get it done. And that's all I have to leave with you tonight. Just get it done. We talk it, but we walk it.
Mic drop, y'all.
Hey, real quick, I've got to go. I've got a webinar I got to get on, but this is going to be up in about another hour. Okay, so I just talked to the web team while we were in the process there. That's going to be up within the next hour or two, Lisa. So your testimony is going to be up there as well. I'd like to get a couple other people's testimonials. So thank you guys so much. I've got to go. I'm late for a webinar, but this has just been unbelievable. God bless you guys. Whatever Maria and I can do, consider it done.
Thank you, man. God bless you. We are through. The mic has been officially dropped. Thank you, leaders. Thank you, team. We love you guys, each and every one of you. Hashtag welcome to the relaunch. If you've seen something, heard something that you know in your heart, Real Deal Holyfield, that you need to be in these waters too, going out into the deep, get with the person that invited you to this broadcast and let's go. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the relaunch. We'll see you at the beach, the bank, or both, but we're going to see you. Love you guys.
Love you. God bless.